All right, Pamela, the clock shows 10 o'clock. Is that good with you?
That's good with me.
We'll call to order the January 17th, 2017 meeting of the Limestone County Commission to order. Our first thing on is something that gives me a lot of pleasure and pride to be able to do. We have Mr. Emmett Moore. Mr. Moore with us today, the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters North Alabama. We have Nicholas Thomas. Nicholas, with our Limestone County representative. Gentlemen, would you mind meet me down here at the microphone? Michelle, would you, I want to record this for posterity. How are y'all doing today? Mark, you're off this ridge. Great to meet you. How you do? I know this rascal right here. Gentlemen, I'd like to, it's my honor, on behalf of the Limestone County Commission, Alabama, to issue this proclamation. Whereas Limestone County Commission recognizes the need to increase public awareness of the importance of youth mentoring and benefits it offers to youth in our community, and whereas Big Brothers Big Sisters of North Alabama program gives adults an opportunity to do their part to strengthen our nation by providing youth with long-term quality mentoring that is proven to help them reach their full potential, and whereas youth engaged in one-to-one professionally supported mentoring programs like Big Brothers Big Sisters of North Alabama are more likely to make positive choices in their lives and stay on track for their futures. And whereas we as community leaders recognize the values that mentors have in building a strong and sustainable community, therefore be it resolved that the Limestone County Commission proclaims the month of January 2017 to be National Mentoring Month and Big Brothers and Big Sisters of North Alabama Month in Limestone County, and call upon their citizens to join in the mentoring movement and to be part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters of North Alabama program. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Remember this online stepping around? I'd like to have a picture. That works.
We are trying to expand and mentor more children out in the Limestone County area, so this jumpstart to that. So thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for coming. Get where we can, Adam.
All right. Do we have any more public comment, Pamela?
Mr. Keith Anderson would like to address the commission.
Hey, Mr. Anderson, how are you doing today?
Great, thank you.
If you wouldn't mind, if you could step up to the microphone, please, sir.
Right there, all here we go.
Yeah, but we get to see you. Everybody gets to see you when you're right there.
You're on video.
The problem I've got is the trash on 72. I've talked to Mr. Harrison. I've tried to contact you. We've missed, not that you haven't returned a call, but we've just missed. I've got a nice little video over there if y'all want to watch that shows the amount of trash that's on 72. My question is, what are you going to do about it?
I can probably stop you.
Go ahead.
I had the inmates start picking up from West End Chevron to Lehigh Bridge last week, and then they're starting from Lehigh Bridge, working their way back to West End Chevron. I got Aldot. I called
Darnell Spencer?
no,
Bobby Smith?
the head engineer over there, Meach, and they started it last week because I saw them picking up from BFI down to the bridge on the side where they just sold the auction and auction off that land right there. Because it's really bad coming out where West End Chevron is. That ditch down through there and all the way, and that's all it is the BFI trucks and the garbage trucks coming out of the city of Athens and everything. Yeah, it's just blowing. It's blowing out because I had people complain too. So they should be doing it all this week. Every day this week they should be out there. They got a van and about 8 inmates that's picking it up.
But that doesn't resolve the issue. The
Oh, no,
issue is you've got all this trash that's blowing off, and nobody wants to take responsibility for it. Mr. Harrison he can't do it, he says, because it's
Can't
state
do it with
road.
county, I can't do it with county employees, county equipment. Now, we can do it with community corrections, but still, the best way is like Jason did.
Well, I don't know.
But I would like to focus on prevention rather than remediation. And that's the way I think that we should address it.
And I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But that falls back to, you have a contract with the garbage carriers, right?
For county garbage pickup,
Okay, then the city is responsible for theirs.
right.
So why can't everybody be responsible? They own their trash trucks, so shouldn't they hold some responsibility in this?
Oh, I agree with that. Earl Glaze called me, I guess it was during Christmas holidays. Earl called me from the city wanting to know about if I had a contact that we could do it with. And I'd already put it out there because I work state inmates from Decatur. So when I called Sergeant Isbell at the prison, they told me they were going to start this week. Well, they didn't. They started last week. I actually saw them picking up the garbage down through there. It is an issue that the trucks, like if they pick up, we don't do side pickup. So the garbage trucks themselves that pick up in the county are not the issue, because the garbage actually stays inside that garbage truck. There's not, very much in the back. But I followed a bunch of them out that are the boom truck, that picks up, and that stuff is what blows out the top.
Now, I know that when we call the boom truck where I work, that's a $70 pickup fee or $69 pickup fee.
Yeah.
So, some kind of netting should go over the top of this.
Oh, I'm in agreement with you, but
I mean, you've
I
got it on
don't
dump
think
trucks.
it's not a pay. They don't pay in the city of Athens. It's just a regular route that's run just like their garbage.
Well, for the neighborhoods, that may be true, but a business inside the city, we have to pay. If they come to our facility
Right.
and pick up something by our request, it's
With the knuckle truck.
Yep. It's something we have to pay for. But irregardless, there's a huge mess
Yes.
on 72, and it's a very poor representation of our county and our city.
I agree.
And it doesn't seem like anything's being done about it, other than what you have just mentioned.
Well, we
Picking up is kind of too late.
Yeah.
We need to prevent.
and so many, like there was a deer, for instance, that stayed in the highway just past West End Chevron for like 5 days. Well, we got a call on a deer this morning at 7 o'clock. We picked it up at 8. So if no one calls the state, calls ALDOT, they don't know. So I know he probably does it, and I do it every time I see a tire, a recliner, any of the big, a dog or whatever. We call and tell them, hey, you've got this out here. Now, I have about as much control over them as sometimes I do my own kids. You just call and tell them what you want them to do, and sometimes they don't do it.
So you've got
But I call
south of
back.
72, right?
Pardon? Yes.
I've got
I've got
north.
south of 72 till
Well, I mean,
to the creek at 306 Barbecue. That's mine. Everything south from there all the way to the river bridge at Elk River.
Okay, so your plan with dealing with the garbage companies is, I mean,
don't
that's
know.
the ultimate responsibility should be with them.
I agree with that.
And you guys have the contract with them. So you should use that leverage to make them, if not clean it up, at least prevent it from blowing out.
I agree. And sometimes they put that plastic net, because I've been at the BIFI transfer station, but that plastic net, it may have a hole in it that big. Well, an egg carton or a 2-liter
We're
Coke bottle.
talking egg carton.
Yeah.
We're talking about garbage bags.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, and we've also got we've got trees decorated with garbage bags from
Usually they're Walmart.
or
plastic
Dollar
bag.
General or
Yep.
whatever. It's just, it's pathetic.
Believe it or not, I get calls about 72, and they say they see garbage blowing out of trucks.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if it's a pattern, why don't you call the state trooper? And it's against the law to litter.
Yeah.
So I'm not for putting hardship on the people in town that's trying to make a living, but they are, like Mr. Anderson said, they are responsible for their trash, and
I mean, we pay for this.
yeah,
I mean, it comes out of our monthly utility bill. We pay for trash pickup,
It's-
and that should guarantee it gets to the transfer center.
Right.
and most
It's not, I know it's not children, but
Yeah.
it should get there safely.
most of the time you get people's attention when you get in their pocketbook.
Well, I remember.
And I'm for that.
I remember I worked for the street and sanitation department when we used to have the dump, you know, the old dump out there on 65. George Maxwell used to make me once a week get on that road that led to it and pick up all the trash up and down that road because it's going to happen. So my thing is, I hope Sergeant Isbell, because Highway 31 is one that they do twice a month. I'm hoping now that since we've pointed out everything west of Weston Chevron, which is the majority of the problem, because the rest of the city of Athens, people usually pick it up.
Well, if you look before West End, that little cotton field.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah,
And
right across from Collins.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, I see it too.
It's not just a county. It's
Yeah.
from 72 where they get to pick up speed to the transfer station. It's a dump.
Yeah. Well, I hope they start picking it up twice a month. That's the goal that I have.
Well,
Now-
the goal should be
To prevent.
not to pick it up at all.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a bubble burster, but that ain't gonna happen.
But
Well, I mean, here's,
Could.
I don't think that, you and I talked at length Friday evening, and I'll just go over some of those things I know that we've already talked about. But I don't think that we have done enough to study the process. And I've looked at this for several years, okay? And here's my conclusions that I've gained thus far. We need to look at the process from the time that the people, and everything involved, from the time that the people put their garbage out on the curbside. And the conclusion I've come so far is that if people will just bag in a suitable bag, a large bag with sufficient strength to contain what's in the bag, and tie it, this will not only help the county residents, it'll help the cities also. Because what happens on a windy day, if you have loose garbage in your garbage can, when they dump it over, and I've taken video, I've followed them with dash cam, if on a windy day, they can undo a months of our work in one windy day of garbage collection. So my proposal is that we educate the residents that, hey, this is a, and that will get, in my opinion, and I've looked at this, and I can't put a number, it will reduce the majority of the trash that we see on the sides of the road. Now, I'm working with and trying to, also, I've talked to our garbage collection people, and I asked them, what's their ideal container? How do you want the garbage presented to you? And they said, a large container, 96-gallon container. And I said, well, you can't handle that container full. And they said, no, if people will just bag it and tie it, they can just reach in really quick and get the garbage, and it's contained. Because if they dump a garbage can with loose garbage in it, it's just going to go everywhere. And so I'm working with a vendor to supply those at a reduced cost to maybe incentivize our residents to buy those containers. The advantages of them is it has an integral lid that doesn't blow off and go everywhere. It's attached to it. It's heavy enough to where the wind doesn't suck it out into the road. But the key is, because I've followed the city garbage trucks also. In Lucas Ferry, I was behind one and I had my dash cam on, and I noticed 2 out of 3 pickups, there was loose garbage when they dumped it over, and when it hit the wind, it went everywhere. And so that would help the city as well as the county. And I think that we need to educate the people to that, provide them with a process that will reduce that. Because I guarantee you, I picked up 99. It's a state highway. I couldn't use our litter crew, but I used community corrections to do that. And I did that during the holidays, tried to get it clean for the holidays. And you look at it now. It's already not as bad as what it was, but it's pretty bad. So I think we have to look and focus on the process to prevent it from hitting the road. And that's my contribution to it. And I hope to, I'm still working with them. They've agreed in principle to provide those at a reduced cost. but we got to work out all the details of how we launch that.
I do want to make it clear that I'm not here to bash the garbage collectors, because I think
Yeah.
they're the most wonderful group that we have. If you guys take a leave of absence, I don't care, but if they gone for a couple of weeks, I'm pretty upset. So I appreciate the job that they do. It's just,
And we need to make it easier for them.
Sure.
Give them a process, because a lot of it happens before they ever hits the side of the road. So,
I think we, the contract comes up in October, I think, with BFI.
With BFI.
Republic Services.
Yeah, Republic.
Yeah, it's for public service now, it's
But
BFI.
that has been a concern. There's been more than just you. There's been several people calling because they're taking trucks from that transfer station down 72 Highway. It's blowing out. And we've repeatedly asked them to do a better job, but like I said, that'll be something that's addressed too when it's time for this contract to come up too.
and if it cost a few $100 more, put it on my bill. I don't care, just as long as we fix the problem.
And my suggestion, instead of the 5-2, I think it's $250 for first offense and then $500 for the second offense. Are you familiar with that, Captain or Chief? That for littering, it's like $250 the first offense, but you hardly ever see that. And whenever
When is the last time a ticket for littering has been?
It'll be a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
That's my point. I mean, it's hard for these guys to police that.
Right.
I'm not even, we ain't even going to go there, because they got,
Illegal dumping.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
there's something blowing out of a pickup truck. I don't want you to fool with that. This is
Well-
something that you shouldn't have to deal with.
But the dumping, I think that, in my opinion, instead of the fine for dumping, have them clean up 5 miles of roadway, and that will make an impression upon them.
I mean, if you had the managers of these garbage companies go out and pick up, they would,
And also, people that can go out there and dump on their own. It's not necessarily just the companies. I mean, it's a 16-foot trailer with garbage and stuff on it where they've cleaned out a house or whatever, and they go out there and dump on there. It's a issue that you could police it to death. You could sit out there, you could write tickets like you do speeding, and you're still going to have somebody in a corrections uniform going by there and picking it up and putting it in garbage bags. I believe that. I wish we could stop it, but if you can't stop it, at least we can
just want
We can
somebody
clean
to
it.
own it.
Yeah,
And nobody wants to do that right now.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming. Pamela, is there any more public comment?
I have no one else.
Would you call roll, please, ma'am?
Commissioner Hill,
Here.
Commissioner Turner,
Here.
Commissioner Black,
Here.
Commissioner Harrison.
Here.
All present. Could you lead us in our pledge, Commissioner Black?
I shall. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. All righty. Our first order of business. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from January 3rd and January 11th, 2017. Do I hear such motion?
Second.
So I have a motion and a second from either Mr. Hill or Mr. Turner, Pamela, however you'd like to record that for posterity. Is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion from the commission to approve claims in the amount of $382,369.16 as presented to the commission. Do I hear such motion?
Make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Black. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Turner. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion to approve resolution for medical reimbursement plan, $250 for each qualifying employee, retiree, and elected official. Do I hear such motion?
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Black. I have a second by Mr. Hill. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no contracts and agreements or grants to come before the commission, no budget revisions, no emergency purchases, no board appointments, or no bids to award. Under personnel action, I'll ask for a motion to approve family medical leave for Teresa Hall beginning December 31st, 2016, ending January 10, 2017. Do I hear such motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Turner. I have a second by Mr. Black. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion to approve family medical leave for Angela Maples beginning January 16, 2017, and ending January 27, 2017.
So
I
moved.
have a motion by Mr. Hill. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Black. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Motion carries unanimously. Next item, I'll ask for a motion to approve staffing plan to add one network support specialist and remove one web editor in the Information Technology Department and add one part-time equipment bush hog operator, one in District 4. Do I hear such motion?
I'll make the motion.
I have the motion by Mr. Harrison. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a second by Mr. Black, Mr. Hill to simultaneously. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. There are no merit increases to come before the commission. Now that time we all wait with bated breath for every time we are able to come together. Our engineers report, Mr. Moss.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Have two things this morning. One, first one is a subdivision. It's the Breakers Townhomes Phase 1. It's a major subdivision located in District 2 consisting of 36 lots. This is preliminary subdivision. This was actually approved 2, maybe 3 years ago by the commission, but our subdivision regs say if you don't begin construction within 12 months, you have to start over. And so this is a starting over of that. And so there were no issues with it. They did, if I remember correctly, there is a variance with respect to the gutter, but that's because these are townhomes, and anyway, it works out better the way that they've asked. So it's a good deal, in my opinion, for the county.
Thank you, sir. I'll ask for a motion to approve the following. The Breakers Townhomes Phase 1 as presented to the commission, explained by Mr. Moss. Do I hear such motion?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Turner. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harrison. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. At this time, I'll ask for a motion to suspend the rules of orders to add a speed limit change to the agenda. Do I hear such motion?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Hill. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harrison. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. I'll now ask for a motion to approve 55-mile-an-hour speed limit on Thatch Road from Interstate 65 to Highway 251 in District 1. Do I hear such motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Hill. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harrison. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item on the other business, I'll ask for a motion to approve the following from inventory. From EMA, a CCTV security/surveillance system. Do I hear such motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Black and a second by Mr. Turner. Is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item, I'll ask for a motion to sell the following on Gov Deals from EMA 4 portable generators. Do I hear such motion?
I make a motion.
Have a motion by Mr. Turner. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hill. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. There are no scheduled public hearings to come before the commission. This time, we'll close with a report of our officers. Commissioner Hill.
Yes, I'm looking forward for us getting the speed limit signs changed on Thatch Road. That has been an issue, and I'm looking forward to getting that changed, and also seeing the bridge open up on Ragsdale Creek Road.
They about through with it? Ragsdale Creek?
Not the last one. They got one of them.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Turner?
Just on the littering problem, Highway 72's got litter on it on the east side of town as well as the west side of town. Jason and I talked about it the other day, and he mentioned to me about calling the guys to get the state to get it on a regular rotation. So that's probably what we need to be doing on the east side as well.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Black?
I don't have anything.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna let
Mr.
him-
Harrison?
let him ramble.
Gee. I just got a question. On our next agenda for the next meeting, the subdivision regulations are to be submitted for approval, right?
We're in the process of getting those back online.
Okay.
So that folks can take a look at them again. We're asking people if they have issues with them, concerns, questions, whatever, to utilize the email function on that so that we can get those back. But it is our hope that, yes, at the next commission meeting, we'll be ready for action.
Okay.
I think the home builders meet tomorrow. Is that, don't they?
My understanding was they were supposed to meet the first Thursday in January.
Okay.
And I have, as yet, have heard no comments from them.
That'll work. Thank you.
That all, man?
That's it for me.
He was in shock when he didn't have anything.
Sorry.
Okay.
Glad I caught him off guard.
That's fine. Just thank y'all for coming. Chief's always great to see you. Thank you for attending. Brandon, same here. Y'all have a great week. With that, we'll recess to 10 a.m. on Wednesday, February 1st, 2017 at the Washington Street Courthouse Annex at 310 West Washington Street, Athens, Alabama. Thank y'all.